here tonight.
One funny son of a bitch.
That's one funny son of a bitch. He got fat though. Guys can say that. We can say that to each other. Dude, I haven't seen you in so long. Man, you got fat. We can say that. Guys are cool with that. Chicks don't say that. They don't say that to you. They don't say it. I don't know what they say about me behind my back. But they say to me, oh, Gary, OMG, don't you look good? I'm envisioning in their head, they're saying, oh my God, I thought there was a chance tonight, but no. I'm flying solo tonight. You can buy me a drink or 7. The role of the fat guy is difficult. People don't always understand it. We're always asked to play Santa. Well, fat white guys are always asked to play Santa. I mean, maybe a Samoan or 2, I don't know. The minute you ask us to be Santa, the minute you say, I think our office found their Santa, the minute they say, oh, I think I know what you're doing in December, we hate you. You are now tattooed. It's something you can't erase. You are now the person that asked us to be Santa. No matter how happy we are, and we are not jolly, no matter how happy we are, we don't want to be asked, will you play Santa? I had a guy who I hadn't seen in a long time, over 10 years. He came up to me and he goes, oh man, where have you been? Oh, I make a joke. I haven't been anywhere. Oh, you know how it is, 7 to 10. The state gets really picky about that. And he's like, dude, was that you? Were you the mouth-breathing Santa that creeped out the kids? Even if I was, like, who's saying yes to, for the record, I wasn't the mouth-breathing. I probably should go on record as saying that. That wasn't me. But who's saying yes? Who's going, yeah, that was me. I was the mouth-breathing Santa. No. But that's my out now, and I appreciate him saying that, or at least confusing me with that creep, is that when they do ask me to be Santa, oh, will you be the Santa at the office party? I go right to the mouth-breathing thing, right off the bat. They kick me out. Will you be our office Santa? Yeah. I'll get the suit out of the van. We gotta find a new Santa. Can we get that guy from the basement? No longer Santa. I'm out. Mouth breathing, right? Chicks don't dig it. I'm going to take that off the online profile. I'm an overweight introvert, good at video games, and I tend to sit on my couch and mouth backspace. I like to sit on my couch, period. Thanks for the tip. I do have an online profile on the dating website, the free dating website, because I figure I got a job. Right there, I'm like the George Clooney of the online free dating website. It's the last bastion of the lonely hearts. It's the saddest place on earth. Like at this point, you're like, whatever. Yeah, you're available? Available. So I was trading messages, and this one girl says, we should do a walking date. How about we do a sit still and eat date? A walking date? What's a walking date? That's where we're gonna walk, and we'll get to know each other through conversation. We're gonna walk, and you're gonna get to know how much I sweat. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I had to break out the Under Armour and the extra shirt underneath, just in case. Oh my God, we'll do a walking date. And then she sent me her home address. We'd never met. And she's sending her home address over email to some basic stranger. So I'm thinking, well, there's 2 ways to do this. One, I'm not a weirdo, so I'm just going to say, all right, I'll pick you up. But like, I felt the obligation to say, you shouldn't send your address to strangers on the free dating site. But it turns out if you do that, and again, learning from experience here, municipal officers will show up at your door with restraining orders so fast if you creep out a chick on these sites. So I just said, you know what? I'll meet you at your place. We'll do that. So I get to her place, and I knock on her door, and I put my elbow on, like, hey, ready for your walking date? All right, I mean, I thought I was smooth, like, hey, ready for your walking date? But she had a stoop, like a couple of steps up, so I was really more like, oh, she's like, you alright? You need water or something? I was like, no, there's stairs. A lot of stairs. It's just 3 stairs. Well, 4 if you count the ground. Like, that rounds up to like a half dozen. You get around. So I'm like, come on, you ready for your walking date? She shuts the door. She goes, okay. Icebreaker time. Yeah, icebreaker. I'm a funny guy. I can do the icebreaker. What she gonna say? What's your middle name? How'd you get it? Do you have pets? How many siblings do you have? Something like that. And she says to me, you ready for this one? Okay. When you meet God, what are you gonna ask him? All right, slow your rolls, Sparky. I mean, look, it's one thing. This is deep. This isn't how many siblings do you have. This is on a theological level. Like, maybe not first date. Maybe not first question. But of course, I feel obligated to answer, right? I mean, it's an icebreaker. So I'm like, do you really think like that's the question you want to ask? She's like, no, you can tell a lot about a person by how they answer it. If they think it's funny, if they think it's serious. It's just a way to get to know the real you. All right, well, I guess if confronted by God, the first thing I would say is like, how did I get here? Like, was it the sedentary lifestyle and the bacon? Why is bacon so good? Why is the sedentary lifestyle so easy? You know what? I got questions for God. I'm good. I'll ask him. I'm not afraid. But see, here's the thing. I know why she's asking me that. She's asking me that because she already has an answer prepared. So I'm thinking, do I play into her thing? Do I say, all right, now what would you say? Or do I ask her like one of those crappy, how many siblings do you have? I'm like, all right, I'm going to play your game here. When you meet God, what's the first thing you're going to ask him? And she stops. We're on our walking date. I'm perspiring. And she stops. And for a moment, I'm relieved. She stops. I would say, what's up with dinosaurs? You have God as your audience. You're going to ask him anything, and you're going to go, what's up with dinosaurs? Like, aim higher, man. Aim higher. The rest of the time, we talked about how she really likes dinosaurs, and she wished she could have a dinosaur pet. And I'm stepping it up. I'm suddenly on a power walker. I can do this. I can do that. I'm done. We're going to Arita's water ice, whatever it's called. Let's go, mango or cherry. Let's get out of here. And we get back to her place. I'm like, you know, I'm saying to her, this was really something. I've never had a date go like this before. Which is, by the way, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because in my head, I'm like, well, this is something. I never had a date go like this before. This is something. I never had a date go like this. She's at the top of her stoop, and I'm on the ground because I'm not doing those stairs again. And she goes, well, I can't invite you in. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. I'm on my way out. And in my head, of course, oh, that's fine. I'm on my way out. Because my husband's still here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think maybe, okay, here's one thing about the whole dinosaur meeting God question. Save it till after the divorce is final. That's not first date. That's like you've got legal obligations to take care of first. So I didn't go in. I had nothing to say to her at that point. I was pretty much just, I literally did, she goes, my husband's inside. Yep. Because I can't follow, I'm not witty, but I'm not going to, gone. I'm out. Bye. Never talk to her again. But I don't judge. I'm on the dating site. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you're smoker, non-smoker, have kids, want kids. As long as you're telling the truth, I'm cool with that. This chick was telling the truth. She had some sort of conviction, so I respect it. She's not my type, but I respect it. But, like, if you're going to do one of these online things, don't put a picture of what you think is how you look best. Because now you've got to live up to that standard the rest of your life. You now have to live that lie. So if you put, like, a really beautiful picture and then you show up, my picture is just, it's an ugly picture I took with my iPhone, the front-facing camera, and it's just... No matter how I look better than that. So that's all I ask, just tell the truth. And I had this one chick, she told me she was a little under 5 feet tall and a little over 250 pounds. It's a big girl, but you know what? She was telling the truth. I'm like, you know what? You're not afraid to be you. Like, I respect that. Let's do something sometime. And we went out, we just did dinner, we went out for food. Yeah, something breaded and fried. We'll take 2. Make it 4. And an appetizer. Good dessert? Is there whipped cream? But the entire time, we laughed. The entire day, we laughed. I was like, you know what, I can do this. Like, she's cool. And really, I enjoyed spending my time with her. And really, that's the one thing you can't give back. You can spend money, you can spend things on objects, you can always return it, but you can't return time. And I enjoyed the time I spent with her. So I was like, this might be a thing. So one day after work, it's a little bit late, and there's a sporting event I wanted to watch. I text her and I said, hey, I'm going to this bar, I'm going to grab a beer and watch this game. If you want to join me. And she texts back, yeah, absolutely, get a table because I could go for food. I know. So can I. So I get a table, it's a table of 4. I was the only one they had that had a view of the TV, and I'm in the pretty full restaurant, alone, at a table of 4, and she's running late. So immediately it's like, oh dude, that guy got stood up. Immediately become like self-conscious, like everyone's looking at you. Like the table of attractive chicks right next to you is like, oh my god, he's totally, or OMG, he's totes getting stood up. Yeah, I know that they're thinking that. So I'm like, oh, crap. Now I'm really getting self-conscious. And she shows up, I'm like, oh my god. I was like, hey, how you doing? And she comes in, she's a big chick, she's got like a sidecar-sized purse, she slams it down, there's like tassels and leather, got her phone in her hand, and she goes, you know, none of this is official unless it's on Facebook. Crap, here comes the baggage. What's official? She looks at me, she puts her phone down, she goes, if this isn't going anywhere, I need to know right now. I had such high hopes. So naturally, if you're going to leave like a witty guy or a guy who's kind of sarcastic, an opening like that, we all say the same thing. I promise you, and a lot of you in this room will say this. Oh, this isn't going anywhere. Grabs her phone, throws it in her purse, puts it up on her side. She's like, well, goodbye. And she starts storming out. She's weebling, she's wobbling, she's not falling down. I'm like, wow, what do you, I just gave you a pretty woman moment. You're supposed to say, big mistake. And the chick's at the table next to me, huge. I'm like, you get it. And she wobbles like, oh, forget that. And so I'm like, well, that didn't go well. And the chicks at the table next to me are like, dude, come on, let's talk about that. I'm like, yeah, totally. And now, I'm friends with them on Facebook. It's official! Gary's got friends! The other date I had recently was an Olympics date where I recorded the opening ceremonies. I'm all addicted to the Olympics. It's like sick. Every device I have iPad, iPhone, I'm streaming in at work. I'm not doing work, I'm watching the Olympics. I get home, I watch the highlights. I've seen Alex Morgan headbutt the ball at the 123rd minute like 8 times. I love the Olympics. So we had this Olympic date. We recorded the opening ceremonies, and if you didn't see it, it's basically lush, rolling green English fields. And then we tear it all out and we put up these refineries that are spewing fire, and then we have a lot of little sick kids that have nightmares. Like, was there not a production meeting on this? Alright, so you want to show how beautiful it is in our industry, and then 20 minutes of dancing hospital-ridden kids having nightmares? Yeah, that's good. I think we need to have line item veto on some of these things. I want to cross a few things out. But we're watching this whole thing, and I could really go without the sick children, but the parade of nations, that's what I'm in for. That was awesome. It's like a pageant, a parade of beautiful people with national pride, these colors, they're perfect human specimens. They're beautiful. They're in athletic shape, they're perfect skin, great eyes. This is awesome. This is what I'm after. Which made it a little awkward for the date, because every time Scandinavian nation came on, I had no idea what she was saying. What? They're going to be wearing what for beach volleyball? Oh, this is good. They should do this every year. And then I see this. The one thing you couldn't avoid it if you were watching. The Muslim nations are coming in, like, and they have this anger, this furrowed brow with their national thing, and I think to myself, like, I can see it on their faces. They're saying to us, "Do you know how many times I've been frisked?" Okay, and here is your flag, and if you can put your feet to the side and your hands on the wall. Oh! Come on! Seriously? I'm sorry, it's text to the random. Like, we just need Saudi Arabia, Syria, and the Swedish women's beach volleyball team. I think my time is about up, Christopher. If you want to take me out of here, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.